Every day, you are becoming someone. Not tomorrow, not next year, right now. While you are sitting there listening to these words, something is happening inside you. Your habits are getting stronger. Your thoughts are becoming more familiar. Your choices are quietly shaping the person you will become. And the frightening part is this: you don't have to choose who you become. You only have to repeat what you already do. Repeat the same excuses, and they become part of you. Repeat the same fears, and they become your limits. Repeat the same distractions, and they become your lifestyle. Repeat the same weakness long enough, and one day you may stop calling it weakness. You will call it who you are. That's how it happens. Nobody wakes up one morning and suddenly becomes a completely different person. You become that person slowly, one decision at a time, one wasted hour at a time, one promise broken at a time, one opportunity ignored at a time. And the same is true for strength. You become stronger one difficult decision at a time. You become disciplined every time you do what needs to be done when you don't feel like doing it. You become confident every time you keep a promise you made to yourself. You become courageous every time you move forward while fear is telling you to stay where you are. Your future is not being built somewhere far away. It is being built in the ordinary moments you barely notice. That hour you spend scrolling. That morning you decide to stay in bed. That book you keep saying you will read. That skill you keep saying you will learn. That dream you keep saying you will pursue someday. Someday. That word has destroyed more potential than failure ever could, because failure at least means you tried. But someday allows you to feel like you are moving forward while you remain exactly where you are. And maybe you have been waiting for motivation, waiting for confidence, waiting for the right moment, waiting for life to become easier. But life may never become easier, and you may never feel ready. So the real question is not whether you are ready. The real question is, who are you becoming while you wait? Because time does not stand still while you make excuses. The days keep moving. The years keep passing. And whether you realize it or not, they are taking you somewhere. The question is whether you are choosing the destination. Look at your life. Look at what you do when nobody is watching. Look at how you spend your mornings. Look at what you do with your free time. Look at the promises you make to yourself. Look at the things you repeatedly avoid. Look at what you consume. Look at what you tolerate. Because your life is giving you evidence. Not of what you say you want to become, but of what you are becoming. You can say you want discipline, but if you constantly choose comfort, you are becoming comfortable with weakness. You can say you want success, but if you constantly run away from difficult work, you are becoming someone who avoids discomfort. You can say you want freedom, but if you cannot control your attention, you are becoming a prisoner of distraction. And this is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to wake you up. Because the moment you see the truth, you gain something powerful. You can change direction. You are not finished. Your current habits are not your destiny. Your past does not have to become your future. But you have to understand something. Every day you are voting for the person you will become. Every action is a vote. Every choice is a vote. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you vote for strength. Every time you choose learning over distraction, you vote for growth. Every time you get back up after failure, you vote for resilience. And every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you are voting too. So don't ask yourself only what you want. Ask yourself something deeper. Ask yourself, what kind of person would have the life I say I want? And then look at your choices. Because your future self is being created by the person you are today. 5 years from now, you will meet that person. You will live with their habits. You will live with their decisions. You will live with the consequences of what you chose to repeat. And when that day comes, you won't be able to go back and change today. You will only be able to look back and realize that the person you became was being built all along. So look at yourself, not with shame, not with excuses, with honesty. Because before you can become someone new, you have to be brave enough to admit something. You have to admit who your current choices are turning you into. And now ask yourself one more time, who are you becoming? Because the answer is being written today. You know what you need to do. That's the hardest part. You already know. You know you should wake up earlier. You know you should study. You know you should stop wasting your time. You know you should finish what you start. You know you should take that first step. So why don't you? Because there is a battle happening inside you. One part of you wants more. More discipline. More freedom. More knowledge. More strength. More from life. But another part whispers, not today. You're tired. You can start tomorrow. What if you fail? What will people think? And if you listen to that voice long enough, something dangerous happens. You stop fighting it. You start believing it. You start calling fear reality. You start calling laziness rest. You start calling procrastination waiting for the right time. And slowly, you become comfortable with a life you once promised yourself you would escape. But listen carefully. You are not your excuses. You are not the fear in your mind. You are not the failure from yesterday. And you are not the person you have been for the last 5 years. You are the person who decides what happens next. That decision may be small, but small decisions repeated long enough can completely change a life. The old version of you wants comfort. The new version of you wants growth. The old version wants an easy life. The new version understands that nothing meaningful is built without difficulty. The old version says, I can't. The new version asks, what would happen if I tried? And that is where everything changes. You don't need to become fearless. You need to stop allowing fear to make your decisions. You don't need to feel motivated every morning. You need to become someone who acts without waiting for motivation. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You need to stop abandoning yourself. Because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you become stronger. And every time you break one, you teach yourself that your own words mean nothing. So make a decision. Not tomorrow. Not when life becomes easier. Now, do the thing you've been avoiding. Take the first step. Then take another. Because the person you want to become is not waiting somewhere in the future. That person is being built by what you do right now. And the battle is not against the world. It is against the voice inside you that keeps telling you to remain the same. So silence it. Get up. Move. Begin. Because every time you choose the harder path for the right reason, you are becoming someone stronger. And one day, you will look back and realize the battle was never about changing your life. It was about deciding who was going to control it. Then choose. Choose who you want to become. Not someday. Today. Because your future is not waiting for you. It is watching you. Watching what you do when nobody is there. Watching whether you keep your promises. Watching whether you get back up. And one day, you will meet the person your choices created. So make sure you are proud to meet them. You don't need to change everything tonight. Just change one thing. Wake up earlier. Study for 1 more hour. Put the phone down. Finish what you started. Keep one promise to yourself. Then do it again tomorrow. And again. Because a different life begins when you start making different choices. So before you leave, answer one question. Not for me. For yourself. Who are you becoming? And if you know the answer, write it in the comments. Maybe someone reading your words needs to hear them today. And if you're ready to become that person, Don't just watch the next video. Come back. We are building that person together. Subscribe to BBS. And remember, your future self is counting on what you do today.